Jerry Boylan? Of course.
Okay, I don't know if he'll come, but we're trying to get him out.
Yeah. Muted.
Good morning, Unity of Louisville. I'm glad to see you all today. I'm Zoe, I'm a song leader. I'm here with our other song leaders, Jody and Elsa. And we've got the rest of the music team with Connie on piano, Rob on drums, Steve on bass. And we're gonna sing our opening song, if you'll join us.
Please stand.
And please stand as well.
Abundance,
abundance,
it is mine.
it is mine.
Love
Love
flows through me.
flows through me.
I feel joy.
I feel joy
all the time.
all the time.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I can have
I
it.
can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
Peace
Fills my heart.
fills my heart.
I surrender.
I surrender
everything.
everything.
Health
Health
is my birthright.
is my birthright.
Passion
Passion
helps me sing.
helps me sing.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I claim it.
I claim it.
It is mine.
It is mine.
I can have it.
I can have it.
I deserve it.
I deserve it.
I am it.
I am it.
It is mine.
Sing it with us. Anything I want, anything I desire, anything that brings me to my highest good. Anything I want, anything I desire, anything that brings me to my highest good. I release,
I let go.
and let go.
I accept
I accept
what is mine.
what is mine.
I can have
I can have
what I want.
what I want,
And let spirit
and let spirit
direct the flow.
direct the flow.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Life is fun.
Life is fun.
Life is great.
Life is great.
This
song is done.
Good morning, Unity of Louisville. How are you this morning? Yeah, good morning. What a week of beautiful weather, non-stop. Last night, as I was sitting on the porch looking out over Doreen's Lake, I was reminded how sometimes to become grounded, we just have to be present in that moment. Present to what is ours to do, present to the truth of our beingness, our isness. And so as I got ready to leave this morning, I looked down, and of course Doreen, she's got so many gifts. One of the greatest blessings is living in that house, because over and over I see these little gifts from her. And I looked out, and sure enough, there it was. I may have it right here. Let me see. Did I bring it? It's somewhere. A beautiful yellow rose that bloomed, the very first one. And there it was waiting for me this morning. What's that? Oh, of course Mom has it. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to share it, okay? Somehow Mom ends up with lots of things in her purse. Thank you, Mom. So the interesting thing about it is, I've shared this story, but it was a reminder for me that the time that I went to open the Bible that my grandmother had given me, and this had been 15 years after she passed, and a note fell on the floor and said, "You always stay so busy in life. Take time to stop and smell the roses." So I grabbed the rose and some scissors, and I cut it. And I said, just for this minute, Mom, let's smell that rose and just feel my grandmother's energy in this moment. Reminded that she is always with us, whether it's in a smell, a beautiful flower, or just the idea that we stop and remember. So I ask you today, what is it in your life that you might become present to that would shift the energy of the moment? What does that look like? I'm Reverend Bobby Kaiser, the senior minister here, and I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to see each of you here. Of course, we have the magnificent Martha Creek with us today, and so we're going to be blessed even further throughout this service. And this morning, as a special request, we have Leah that's going to do a statement from the board along with the opening prayer, our song bow, and she's also going to light our candle. Come on up, Leah.
Good morning. Beloved community, thank you all for being here today. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to follow up with the congregation today on last week's annual meeting. I want to start by thanking the folks who were present, the concerns, grievances, thoughtful perspectives, and ideas that were brought forward last week. We are all of this community together, and we are a passionate, powerful, and principled group of folks. So thank you for your presence there. We know that we grow stronger when we are vulnerable and we come to the table with that vulnerability and have hard conversations and face challenges together. So at the meeting, there were some grievances expressed, concern for leadership, both ministerial and from the Board of Trustees, and a motion was put forth to vote on the removal of the Board of Trustees. So two things were clear when that meeting ended. The first is that there are some challenges and distrust regarding leadership. The second thing that was very clear is that there are a lot of people who love this community and are willing to do hard things in order to help it thrive. So both of those things are true. The collective decision that we came to was that there would be a 90-day period before the vote takes place to remove the board. We have sought guidance from our regional support. We've had a lot of meetings, and we have prayed diligently for transformation and accountability and growth through this process. After our board training yesterday and our conversations, we had a little bit of clarity about how to move forward. So we are going to be implementing some recommendations from our regional advisors. Those include listening circles and mentorship for our leaders. And then we will also have a community conversation and an opportunity to answer questions for folks. Our intention through this is to provide all of you all with the tools and the necessary information to make a conscientious and informed vote within that 90-day period on the removal of the Board of Trustees. As per our bylaws, it takes a 2/3 majority for that vote in order to remove the board, okay? So the date for the first listening circle will be set within the next 2 weeks. We've got a small committee that's working on that. And we will be transparent and forthcoming as to the progress of those recommendations and their implementation moving forward. So I ask that you all give us grace and compassion during this time. These are added responsibilities in addition to the fiduciary responsibilities and the planning responsibilities that we have as a board. And we are doing this on a volunteer basis. So we just ask that you pray for us and give us grace during this time. So thank you all for your ears and your hearts and your commitment to unity of Louisville. I love you all. Thanks. Now we are going to, we're going to do our opening prayer. So we light our Christ candle today to remind all of you that the Christ presence exists within you. Jean, Matt, Robin, Steve, Jody, John, that Christ presence exists within all of us all the time. And this light is to remind you of that. So let us pray. So we take a moment, just feel that vibration, and align ourselves with that vibration. We say thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, Source, for the people in this room, for the people who are watching online, for the greater community. We practice gratitude today. Gratitude for challenges, gratitude for joy, gratitude for grief, because we know all of those things come together to work for our highest good. We come here into these walls together today to be in community. And we pray, Spirit, that you remind us what community means. We know that we are divinely guided by our vision, by our mission, by our core values, that we move with integrity, compassion for one another. Thank you each for your presence here today. Thank you, Spirit, for the way this church shows up. Thank you, Spirit, for the opportunity to be messy and beautiful. Thank you for the moments that we come together in peace. And thank you for the moments that we come together in conflict. Because we know that it is all God. At the end of the day, it is all God. We bless Martha as she comes to share her wisdom with us today. We bless the folks who make this service happen every Sunday and all the people who make this community what it is. A place for us to grow. Thank you for this place for us to laugh. Thank you for this place for us to cry. And may each individual here look within themselves, seek that guidance, find that Christ light within that guides their steps and their knowing. And may we all come together and thrive. And so it is.
Thank you, Leah. Good morning again. I'm Reverend Bobby Kaiser, your service leader today. Welcome to Unity of Louisville, where our mission is to empower people to live a spiritual life. We do this through mindfulness, inclusivity, prosperity, and integrity. We invite you to listen and receive what resonates with you, because wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. If you're joining us online, this is a beautiful opportunity to click share so more people can experience this time of inspiration and connection. Because behind every service at Unity of Louisville is a community of hearts working together. Today's message will be shared by Reverend Dr. Martha Creek, and we are also blessed with special music from Robin Gooden and her guest. We also give thanks for our music team, our hospitality team, the audio-visual team, the readers, and every person who quietly supports the spirit of service here at Unity of Louisville. Our prayer chaplains are here to pray with you after our service, and they are wearing blue prayer shawls. Chaplains, would you please rise so that we may acknowledge you? Thank you. Let us take a moment to appreciate the many hands and hearts that it takes to bring this service and this morning possible. The ministry highlight today is going to be me. I want to talk about stewardship and how stewardship has made a difference in my life. There was a time in my life where everything seemed in lack. Everything seemed like I needed to get more. I needed to have more of this, more of that, more of this, more of that. And I can remember finding a beautiful church called Unity of Fort Lauderdale. And I started learning about what it's like to really have a prosperity consciousness. A consciousness being conscious of what's going on in my life and realizing that everything is as it's supposed to be. I have needs or wants for nothing. It is perfect right where it's at. Since my life has been a prosperity, like life, literally. One of my friends in the seminary when I got ready to graduate said, if she could say one thing about me is that I lived a life of prosperity. Probably because I bought her lunch every day for about 2 years. And what a gift it was that I had that to give and maybe she didn't. And so for me, it was about the idea of giving to people because, not because they needed it, not because they wanted it, but because it made my heart feel good. It brought joy to my life. And I've done that not only with financial, but also with stewardship. I volunteered pretty much most of my life. There's very few churches that I was a part of in my seminary experience that I didn't either volunteer for or be a part of, including the internships as a chaplain in a hospital. All of those were just donated time. And I can tell you that there is rarely a day that I wake up that I am not joy-filled, because it's truly who I am. It's a consciousness that I have created in my life. And so as we're ending this week of stewardship, I invite you to look into your life. What is it? If you want to add a little more joy to it, then I encourage you to use your time, talents, and treasure. Whether it's a penny or $100, it doesn't matter. Whether it's 5 minutes or 50, the idea is once we serve, we start getting out of our own space of lack, of our victimness. Instead, we become it. It is me, God in action. If you're with us for the very first time this morning, we're so glad you're here. If you feel comfortable, we'd like you to raise your hand, and we'd love to share a small gift with you, a candle to remind you that the light of God already shines within you. And for our first-time friends online, just drop your name in the chat so we can celebrate you too. You can always learn more about our community at unityoflouisville.org. Thank you, Dolores. Now let us turn to our neighbors and greet one another from our seats with a silent namaste greeting saying, I behold the Christ in you. At this time, Joni Perry will join us on the chancel for the daily word.
Good morning. The daily word for April 26, 2026 is blessed. I am blessed with peace, calm, and the love of God. Today, if someone asks me how I am, I will smile and respond, I am blessed. This simple declaration will set the tone for the day, encouraging me to notice blessings large and small, especially the little things I may take for granted. I will also be mindful that God is the source of all my blessings. I find my greatest blessings in the grounding myself in God's grace. It brings me peace, calms my fears, and is a bright guiding light in dark and difficult times. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus described the blessings of life, reminding those gathered that the truest wealth is not measured by money and power. I take those words to heart and feel deeply grateful. I am spiritually blessed, enriched by God's unwavering love. Matthew 5:8, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. And if you'll repeat the affirmation with me, please. I am blessed with peace, calm, and the love of God.
Thank you, Joni. We now enter a sacred time of meditation. As we sing our meditation song, our prayer chaplain will forward the prayer request to our front altar.
Please join us in singing.
meditation is a spiritual practice. Prayer, a spiritual practice. So I invite you to the depth of presence you've ever had for either. And join me as we pray together here, as we light these candles. There's 12. 12 is significant to many of us. The number of the disciples, the followers of Jesus, a master teacher that Unity's teachings are founded on, and the way of it, that Christed way. Unity of Louisville has been in existence over a century, decades, 12 or nearly 12 decades. So would join me in this prayer and meditation as we light these candles. We light one candle for the truth. I invite you in your own way to bow to the truth. We light one candle for those that came before us. The sages, the seers, the teachers, the way showers, the ministers, the leaders. And bow. Thank you. We light one candle for this beloved community and for the opportunity we have to be in a spiritual community. We light one candle for the founders of Unity, the Fillmores, and all the new thought leaders that existed during that time that made our use of these principles possible. And we give thanks that those lights have not dimmed. We light one candle for strength, the strength we need to stay the course. To be bold, even daring. We bow and give thanks for strength. We light one candle for all of humanity at risk or in need of any kind. With a commitment to do what we can. We light one candle for the youngest of us. And renew our accountability to those youngest, those forthcoming. We light one candle for the oldest of us, the elderberries, the resilience, the devotion, and give thanks. We light one candle for the love that binds us all together. We light a candle for what has been, what is, and what is becoming. Honor to what has been, what is, and what is coming. We light a candle that represents each of you, all of us, as a human race, as a humanity awakened to its divinity, aligned, atoned, aware of its divine nature. And we light a candle that I'll ask you to speak silently or aloud what that candle may represent for you. What would you declare today or welcome today by this light? In the silence, be aware of your breath. And as we come back to this time and space, I invite you to put a hand over your own heart. And presence yourself to your own divinity, your own divine nature, and that of being breathed, and the truth that you are created exactly as you are. That you are already whole. Already at home in the divine, as the divine. And how will you live renewed in this? We give thanks for this time of meditation, of these lights, of these candles, of this energy, of this atonement, of this awakening, and we begin again. So be it. Amen.
Summer and winter, springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above, join with all nature in manifold witness to thine great faithfulness, mercy, and love. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new blessings I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Pardon forever, and peace that endureth.
Thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide.
Strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow.
Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new blessings I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Thank you. Let's just check to see how many of you believe it. How many of you believe in faith or faithfulness, like a faithfulness living? Because it's one thing to hear it, it's another thing to see it and say it, it's another thing to affirm it, and it's a far another thing to embody it. Right? So buckle up, because I've got some dirty words for you this morning. You ready? Spiritual responsibility. Hold the door so they can run out, Laura. How many here wakes up every morning and goes, yes, I can't wait to step into my spiritual responsibility this morning. I cannot wait to be crossed by somebody. Like no sane person would say it. And does it remove our spiritual accountability? What could remove our spiritual accountability and our sacred responsibility to live these principles, the principles we claim to believe, that we sing about, say about, sing songs about? Now, I listen literally. So in that first song this morning, it said, I am joyful all the time. Well, that's a big fat lie. Anybody else here joyful all the time? Here's how you'll know. Reach down and check your pulse. And if you have one, you'll know you are not joyful all the time yet. Because where two or more are gathered, there will be bristling. Even with mama at times, I bet. Right? So then in that reality, what is our actual spiritual responsibility? What is your responsibility in the lay of the land, in the way of it, so to speak? And how easy it is to try to say, well, I'll be spiritually mature as soon as you are. Or I'm going to take my spiritual accountability, but you go first. Versus saying, who would I be if I didn't see spiritual responsibility as a weight? Who would you be? If you didn't see it as a weight on you, if you saw it as a privilege, as a sacred privilege. It's very different. And what if responsibility is not what I have to do, but what I'm trusted to do? What I'm trusted to create, what I'm trusted to express. So as we explore today sacred responsibility, not as a pressure anymore, but as a participant in this. This is the basis of Unity teachings. So some of you are happy to see me. Some of you are like, how did she get in here again? So I'll say, my appointment here today has been booked for well over a year. Although it looks to some of you like I came in following what happened here last Sunday. But that's God's business, see. This is the mysteries of the universe. And I've been at this 28 years this year. And how many of them here, like 98 to 2004? And now, out in the world, over 250 some Unity ministries I've served, including this one. So what a glorious way for me to serve and to live my own sacred privilege, my own sacred responsibility, and the highest privilege I know, to be in service and to serve those who serve. So that's actually why I'm here today. My invitation, the planning, and thank you for that, and the mystery of the universe that would place me here today, and a topic of stewardship and sacred stewardship and the spiritual accountability to that. So this means then for me, sacred responsibility means shifting out of blaming to ownership for anything. For anything. If you study and know that I have, many of you studied with me the work of Dr. David Hawkins and the map of consciousness. And the lowest map in the map of consciousness, 1,000 being a Jesus Christed consciousness, which we are aspiring toward, 4 and 2. And the lowest of them, shame and blame. So this means then wherever I'm still doing that, I'm contributing to that in a consciousness. So how any amount of less blaming I can do is an elevation of my own consciousness and a sacred responsibility that I hold. From reactivity, which comes from the lowest hurt, instinctual part of our brain, to creation, to innovation, what else is possible here? And from withholding to flow. So it is certainly not about shame and fault, but about saying, I am responsible for the energy I bring to any situation. Will you say it with me? I am responsible for the energy I bring to every situation. This aligns beautifully with what Unity's founded on, and most of us claim to believe those principles. That I am, God is, I am. I pray and meditate to remember that. And what I embody, I express. What I think and pray, I create around. And a theoretical and conceptual understanding of the principles will not manifest in my life. Only to the degree that this is embodied, only to the degree that I take actions according to this, will I prosper, will I awaken. So, if it's true that we're co-creating, your consciousness matters. If you don't believe it, then you can go watch a video for the rest of this talk. Versus, wait a minute, do I actually believe this or not? That my consciousness is creating, that my consciousness is a co-creator, then my presence matters, and then my presence and my consciousness changes outcomes. That my energy, my contribution to that matters. So after today then, hopefully some of our questions for the rest of the day or the week will be around, who am I being here? How am I contributing? That includes how am I contributing with my time, which we believe is infinite. It's like, well, no, it's not infinite because we've only got 24 hours a day. And I got a lot to do. So in that finite of that, our responsibility then is, what am I going to do with those 24 hours? What is my privilege to have 24 hours, or 18 or 12, depending on how long you sleep, which is a sacred responsibility too, that says a ministry life in a beloved community, in a spiritual community, then my prospering includes me tithing, giving of my time for me to be around here. And it's beautiful to witness how you do it. You're here early, setting up, cleaning up, feeding, hospitable, greeting, making things possible for a beloved community. That's a direct expression of that. And then, what am I giving? And that we have we believe money is finite, just like there's no shortage of money in the world. Have you noticed? There's a shortage of inspiration. There's a shortage of awakening to say, I have got to be mindful about where this goes. I'm the director of this. So at the end of my life, I'll be going, where did all that go? Or I'll be at the end of my life going, I know exactly where it went because I told it where to go. I told money where to go. And there's a big difference in that than to say, I want to give to whatever I appreciate. I want to give to what I want to see appreciated, appreciating and appreciated. And I want to give as a development of my own consciousness, to aspire to be more generous with time, talent, and treasure. And then Matt shared with me yesterday, and again this morning, like this is one of his powerful spiritual practices, which is this talent that we have. So money we can see as more finite, time more finite. But talent, infinite talent. To say, how will I direct my talents toward this beloved community? Where can I extend more talent here? And you have gifts that none of us have. I have gifts that none of you have. So in those God-given gifts that are dormant in some, or dormant for a time, to say, that's a conscious act of prosperity, not only to give of money, of time, of talent. and a sacred privilege, a sacred responsibility to do so. So if life is happening through us, through you, through me, then so is a law of flow, just like the breath flows that you didn't do anything for. Breath comes in, it goes out, we're not involved. A tide rises and falls, the moon rises, the sun rises and passes. Our hearts are in a similar energy to open, to wax, to wane, to give, to receive, and to discern how I'm going to, what I'm going to give, and what for. And any interruption of that flow, try to hold your breath, for example. Can you do it with me? Take a big, deep breath. Now hold it. Under no circumstances, let it out. So wasn't that pleasant? Didn't that feel good? It's like, no, nothing about it feels good. This is the same thing we're doing when we block a flow of life, of that prosperity also. Whether it be love, appreciation, forgiveness, encouragement, creativity, or even to hold back a compliment is expensive. It costs us. And if we're not careful, we then start to ration love or ration time or ration forgiveness. Like, I'll forgive them as soon as they forgive me. We'll all be blind. So I'll give great thanks today for my teachers, my steward teachers, primarily Edwin Gaines, Richard and Judy Thomas, and Jack and Susan Ingpool, who lived it. Reverend Bobby gave his own description this morning of what it meant to him and how he's still practicing for that, like me. I haven't discovered it yet either. Edwin encouraged us to have goals. Goals for how I'm going to be. Goals for how I'm going to show up. Goals for something I want to get done. Goals of any kind. Forgiveness is the key. That was key for me, a key I was given way back there when I was a little girl. It said, here's your two keys, Martha Creek, forgiveness and gratitude. They were clear, they were bigger than Jack and the Beanstalk. So that is my spiritual accountability and my spiritual responsibility to follow the directions I were given at a very young 3-year-old age. These are prosperity practices. So then spiritual accountability in our daily life means I'm responsible for how I interpret what happens. What actually happened and what I interpreted around what happened. I'm responsible for the energy I bring to the room. My word for the year, do y'all have a white stone word, some of you? Mine is impact. This sums it up. I'm responsible for the energy I bring to a situation, the impact I'm having on others, the impact I have on a life, the impact I have on the person in front of me, the impact I have in an organization, in a ministry, in a beloved community. I'm responsible for whether I expand and open or whether I tighten and constrict. And this came to me decades ago. You likely heard it when I was here. The choice is, am I going to be a thermometer or a thermostat? A thermometer reacts to what's in the room. A thermostat sets what's going to be in the room. Sacred responsibility then brings me back to I set the tone, and I won't do so perfectly. Have you noticed? Not always gracefully, again and again. However, intentionally. To learn when I fell short there, when I didn't show up the way I want to get more intentional then. And one of you asked me this morning to be sure that I spoke on sin this morning. All of this. There you go. And then I'll sum it up by saying, sin no more. And check to see if you've got a pulse. Chances are we'll sin again. And we can learn from it. So where can you allow more flow today? What are you holding back that's ready to be expressed? Maybe a dream. And to give, if you take this away as a practice, a way to embody this, to give an unexpected gift today, maybe. An unexpected gift. It might be a compliment, it might be a note, a gesture. It could be your full attention to something. So I brought yesterday a deck of these cards and gave them to the board members as we served together, how to navigate these times and how to have conscious and presence around this. And I gave them to the women's group that was here, and then to the men's group that was here, and then to you this morning. And I, without looking, went into 2 full decks of these. These are pictures I've taken from around the world, by the way. This is a way of me practicing prosperity, that I look at what I'm seeing, take a picture of it, and then I want that beauty put out in the world. And I ask for messages from these cards called Divine Wisdom for me to use in this particular presentation. And here's what it says. Pause, pray, then proceed. Especially when you're triggered. Especially when you're doubting there's enough. When you're doubting what you're going to do from here. You may be the only church anybody attends. You may be the only church experience anybody has. How will you church? And this one, which nearly caused me to sling it, and I may. The rains will come. Have you noticed? The rains will come. So you're welcome to have the card. If you don't want it, you can sling it. We'll pick them up in a little bit. Or you can leave them right there as you go out the door on the shelf. Or you can take it home and use it on your altar in your own consciousness development. Because whatever message you got was divine guidance for you too, whether you like it or not. So, what are we going to do from here? As we practice gratitude. Gratitude for what we have, gratitude for what we have had, gratitude for what is unseen. Just how Charles Fillmore defined faith. Faith in that which is unseen. How will you do that today? How will you do that for this beloved community to make sure it stays on solid ground? That it stays sustainable, stewarded, and cared for. Because guess who's responsible for it? So So look around at somebody by you and go, it's you. It's you. It's you. And put your hand over your heart and say, it's you. It's me. It's me. I share a sacred privilege and a sacred responsibility to the health and the vitality and the sustainability of this beloved community, of these principles, of these teaching, and making sure they're around another 100 years, another 120 years or more. So we close maybe with an affirmation. So think about your willingness to build consciousness, your willingness to build awareness of the flow. How willing are you? You, it. Hold it. Share it. That's enough. Who's the holder? And if you want a fuller life, a bowl full, how full do you want it? How much you willing to be in the flow? To have a full bowl, a fuller life, a fuller heart. It's up to you. And I'm cheering for you. I am cheering for you. Any way in the world I can serve you, you're welcome to it. And any way in the world I can uplift you in your own practices, in your own consciousness building, you're welcome to that. And you can contact me right through the website, marthacreek.com. And I love you. I've loved you for a long time, 28 years. And as far as I know, it's infinite. And I'm counting on that. And go forth and prosper and sin no more.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that message. It was pretty perfect. I would love to introduce my good friend of 30-ish years, David Evans. We have been friends throughout that time. We have been creators and co-creators and held each other spiritually accountable and are just so grateful to be here again because we love being here. We love seeing your wonderful faces. And this song is a song that Dave wrote that I love called Gratitude.
Countdown. Thank you for including us. The years, they're chasing us. Our babies, they're growing up. Rock to sleep the tears that you weep with gratitude. Time has brought us here. Abundant life so dear. Thoughts we have, they're preserving our past with gratitude. I'm so grateful for life. I'm so grateful. I'm the same as you, both searching, yes, we're searching for the truth. We will find peace divine with gratitude. I'm so grateful for life. I'm yeah, grateful. Blessed to live. All I give with gratitude. Years, they're teaching us. Our children's children are the growing up. Rock to sleep the tears that you weep with gratitude. I'm so grateful for life. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for life. I'm so Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Now it's time for our prosperity proclamation. We open our hearts to the flow of giving and receiving. You may share your gift as the ushers come forward, or you can give online at unityoflouisville.org, by text, by mail, or with the QR code that's on your bulletin or also on our screen. However you choose to give, we are grateful. And we're grateful for that song which says we're grateful. Let us affirm our prosperity proclamation together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, and we affirm these gifts of love and know they flow in and through Unity of Louisville, blessing the givers and all who receive from this. Now we have a few announcements here. Let's go to, first of all, the YFM flower sale, which I've got lots of little things on here I've got to pay attention to, so forgive me. People are emailing me the whole time, texting me. She says, Chelsea does, we have extra flowers. They're $5 each, or $30 for a flat of 8. And also there are some hanging baskets on sale for $20. Let's see, where's the next thing we have here? We have from Matt, it says the Aaron English concert, which will be part of our men's retreat, which we have 14 people. We only have 2 spots left for that. If you're still interested in possibly joining us for our men's retreat, please don't miss out on this great opportunity. Aaron English, who's also one of our singers here, will be there. But you can even come down if you want to take a ride down to Loretto and spend the afternoon in that beautiful sacred grounds. That concert, it'll be us and all the little nuns having our fun. Can you imagine that? The men's group and the nuns having a concert. So come join us in that. They love us, really. They do. They get so excited when we come. Also, you don't want to miss this. Wisdom Keepers meeting is this Friday, May 1st at 2 p.m., and it's about risk protection. Is that correct? Okay, thank you. All right, now we got a few more here. Let's see here. Oneness Blessing, is that today? Yes, so we have that. Exploring Watercolors is on Tuesday, 4/28 at 2 p.m. in the Barrett Room. We have Breaking Bread also on 4/28 at the Metro Diner. We have the Men's Retreat, which is coming up on April 30th to May 2nd. Don't worry, we'll have you back in plenty of time for your derby party. And we have a special Mother's Day talk on May 10th, which will be Ramisi and Judy and also Carrie doing that talk. And so that'll be amazing. Don't miss that. Fishing with Friends, which is hosted by Serena Farrell. And so don't miss that. That's going to be on June the 7th. And then we also have Pride Night on June the 29th. Our gala is coming up on August the 1st. And then the Women's Retreat will be August 14th through the 16th. Woo! We have a lot of stuff coming up. It's going to be good. So don't miss any of that. Keep our people flowing here, that's for sure. And then also we have some people saying hello to us. Aaron Bell says, good morning, Unity Community on Facebook. Bonnie Ruling says, great message, Martha. Colleen Musk says, great music, Robin and Dave. Cindy Dalgarn says, lovely, lovely duet. CC Speech says, good morning from Indiana. Karen Gum says, good morning, Unity. Glad to be here from windy California. And Kennedy McStew says, good morning, everyone. And so we turn our hearts and minds now to the youth program, affirming that they are learning and growing and shining as living expressions of the unity principles that we serve and are a part of. Let us bless them now together. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ light that you are. If you will stand now for our prayer for protection, we will say the prayer together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is. I am divine. And now let's circle the whole church. I believe we can fill the whole church up today with a peace song now. And I ask you while we're singing this to really affirm peace for our community as we're going through some challenging times.
Namaste, y'all.